Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to Dark Souls 3 Ashes of Ariandel. I went and got some more embers. We've now got 32, which should hopefully be enough, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm actually thinking I won't ember in the first phase because I shouldn't really need it. If I'm taking that much damage, I should probably be restarting anyway. I'm also going to switch out my rings. So I don't need the Night Slayer's ring because no one's guarding. So I will replace that with our brand new Chill Bite ring. We can also take off the Covetous Silver Serpent for... I don't remember how much this... Okay, so by standard this goes up 10. Or it goes up by about 4. I'm just thinking because there is dark as well, and I wonder whether dark is more useful for us. That's free frost. Maybe fire and dark is good to have, like a little bit of each rather than just taking straight fire. The fire is pretty strong, but also the last phase is dark. The dark damage wasn't super high. No, you know what? I'm going to go with fire. I think the fire was more damaging than the dark. Like a lot of the last set of damage is physical anyway. So hopefully we should be good to go with that. We're kind of, you know, prepping up a more sensible fashion. So hopefully that'll do us well. Let's just get in and do it. I turned the music up a little bit. Right, waifu battles, let's go. See if we get back in the swing. Sister Frida. It's just you and me now. Yeah, I like the higher music, that's good, that's good. So we learned 2 swings better than a charged R2. Rude. Also, by not embering, it effectively gives me an extra heal. I almost turned away because I thought we'd gotten too far and she couldn't possibly be here. She doesn't have a ton of health in this first phase, which is nice because, man, it would be tough if she did. Yeah, that wasn't even subtle. Oof. Oh, damn it. Wait. Okay, I was gonna say, we are still dead, right? That second phase music is louder, but that's fine. I'm probably not going to talk a ton. Because I'm going to be focusing on the fight, so... we should be good. Rip in peace. Rip in pepperoni. I'm going to see if my Discord says I'm streaming. No. I wonder why it's having trouble. Let me look at my profile just quickly. Okay, you can't even look at that stuff on mobile, so whatever. It's fine. We'll carry on. Kind of doesn't matter too much. Just like to let people know. But might end up being a short stream, we'll see. Might end up being all day. Give me them 286 souls. I played a little of the PvP duels, and they're quite good fun, although a little bit laggy, and you don't really get any rewards for them, which is a shame. I was kind of hoping you get some souls or embers or something. Just, you know, just a little something something for winning. But the rolled stab has definitely been my most effective maneuver. Ah, she beat me to the punch. I heard where she was, but... But yeah, the roll stab has definitely been a really good move in PvP. But, it doesn't necessarily... It's my most reliably hit move, but it also doesn't necessarily actually catch them because of the way the lag works. Oh, that actually has some real range on it. So you can sort of hear her walking around, you do have to be very quiet about it. I wonder if that's under music, I'm actually intrigued to know. Wow, because I was close to her, you could actually hear her, you could actually see her jumping away there. That's intriguing. I'm gonna watch this, I've only watched it once. It's a new day. Yes, it is. It's a good cutscene. I really like that animation a ton. Like, genuinely well conveyed this poor dude's anguish about his daughter being horrendously murdered. Oh my gosh, he's protecting her with the fire. That's so rude. Sometimes the way these two interact is just flat nasty. Okay, so you can just get behind him if you're close when he does that, and that's a real nice time to lay into him if so. Oh god, that's the explosion. Ow. Another explosion? Oh, she teleported. So the teleport always ends up with a heal. That's going to be a big explosion, I think. Just going to get away to be safe. This is going to be the fire breath. Right, she's here, so this is where she'll spawn. So far, so good. Okay, so the first one's there, second one's there. She's over this way somewhere. Ow! Okay, so if you're not sure, your best bet is just to get away. I think. I kind of just want to learn her moveset as much as anything, even if we don't necessarily take her down first time. I want to just get used to it. You can stagger her pretty easily with the old two-hander, so you know, don't be afraid to get that hit in. Oh man. I think she's really a roll towards more than anything. I think she's a roll towards. I'm rolling away a lot, which is working. But if I roll towards, I can probably get a stab in between her hits. A lot of her hits are quite slow for the next one to come out. And I could probably knock her out of the next hit easily. So I think maybe rolling towards is going to be our best bet. So far though, 1 ember down. 2 attempts, so that's about where we want to be. As much as I like to get 2 hits in, just being able to get the 1 but consistently is kind of nice. Oh my gosh, I swung into the... You can also kind of see which direction she moves in if you're next to her when she jumps. That's the alternative method of spotting her. The sound is the kind of the last way you want to use because it's the hardest to make work, but if you can do it. Oh gosh, she's not dead. Yeah, throwing knife. Probably wasn't the best idea, but I thought I'd try it out. Also, you'll notice I got an extra Estus Flask and my last bone shard while I was collecting the embers. Went through Lothric Castle. Oh wow, there's big old range on that thing. Here's the fire breath. Keep an eye on her. Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to go keep an eye on her. In case she was doing that. Oh man, the range on that is big. You can always leave him alone. Like, he won't do anything that devastating when he's really far away from you. Whereas, obviously, if she starts healing, you need to be aware of that. Where is she? Oh, she's right underneath him, that's fine. She was over here somewhere. I think that's her there. So you don't have to be too far away from her for that one. Oh my gosh, I walked backwards into that. That's unfortunate. Don't move, don't move, don't move. Ah. The way she leaves little frost explosions on the ground near her is, you've got to be real careful of that. Oh, that's tough. She's got a lot of stamina. She comes and comes and comes. Just watching that again on the replay. Yeah, I'm just kind of... I'm rolling slightly too early. You know, I'm kind of getting hit, but then triggering the roll as I come out of the recovery, which is too early for the next hit. It does feel like I'm in a way better place than I was yesterday, though, in terms of getting this done. I'm kind of glad we didn't just finish it first time. I would have liked to, but you know, I want to feel like I've earned this and not just kind of scrap through. I want to be able to do this again next time I come through. I want to be able to just do this in a couple of attempts. I don't want to feel like it's always going to be pure luck that I managed to beat her. I like you can kind of sometimes bait her into attacking. So you can sort of see, even if you're not near her, you can kind of see which way she's jumping. Yeah, enough of that. Oh, I thought I had that then. She's just here. There we go. Now I could wait and get more heal out of this, but let's just get the ember going. It is hard work keeping track of both of them at once, but I like that. I like that you have to make an effort to really, like, maintain some sort of at least rough idea of where everyone's at. So he's going to breathe fire. Oh, I thought I'd rolled that. Oh, wow. Oh, she didn't mess around there. Okay. It's a lovely day today. It's been quite sunny. I walked up to the supermarket, got myself some pate and some ice lollies. Not to go together, but you know. Toast and pate. Maybe have an ice lolly later. Like, it's not really the season for them. It's not that warm that I should be eating ice lollies, but also I figured, you know, why not? They're a little bit cheaper at the moment because obviously supermarkets still have ice lollies, but as you can imagine, they're probably not in huge demand right now, so get some sweet value on your ice lollies. I like how she does walk a little bit whenever she teleports there, as if to kind of like let you hear where she's at. So they know they've got to give you some clue, so that's a lot of my health. She's coming from over here. Oh, I knew where she was coming from. I thought she'd just go for it, but she just keeps coming. Okay, that's an interesting one. I've never done that before. I knew she was over there, but I thought I was too late to knock her out of it. So I thought I'd leave, and once she's charged up, she's very intent. She will come all the way down at you. Good to know. Again. Morning star, hammer with a sharp end. We could bring that chap in. I kind of don't want to. Not for my first playthrough. I think my second I definitely will, because I want to see what he does. You know, how he interacts with the fight. Especially as there's like a weird message saying, hey, he will be summoned later, which I think is just, hey, we don't want to give away quite how this boss is going to work, because obviously the boss comes in from behind you after you've entered the room. Maybe they didn't want to, you know, they felt they would give that away. That one comes out a lot quicker, that double swing. Yeah. Now here I don't want to heal, because I only need to get one hit. She's here. And then we can Ember. I wasn't quite sure which animation he was in there, and I really didn't want to get caught at the wrong time with him doing an explosion. I thought he did more slams before the explosion, but I think he just does higher ones. So that's the thing, if you can get her to aim like a different way, you want to get her to aim away from him when she frosts, so that you're not having to dodge the frost. Like here I have to leave the frost area, which means I can't attack Ariandel. Oh, she's over there and she's healing. Wow. Hi. The alternative is to fight her. You can get her very far away from him sometimes, and then just fight her. I don't actually love that because I think she's harder to fight. Like, he's a very big, easy target and doesn't do very much. So there you see, get it away from her. It's a lot easier to get in and swing on him. There's the explosion. Just gonna play it safe here. Where did she go? I've really no idea right now. Oh my god, she's underneath me. Where could she be? I lie beneath your feet. I like this nice little Scottish dude. So the problem is, I think you really do have to get in and fight her. Like, constantly running feels like it's not a good strat against her. Oh, she's actually usually near the second one. Also, I think I should be locked onto that, because then it makes the stab much more effective. Oh, come on. I know that thing's a little short range, but... Ya da 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 dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Forgot to buff. It's fine. She's quite passive for a moment. Man, you really... So I'm not too worried because I'm not running out of Estus, so I'm not worried as much about not having a ton of Estus.
Return from whence thou camest, for that is
you know, ideally I'll use as few in this stage as possible, but I'm not too worried about running out because I'm not dying at the moment. I'm not dying because I'm running out of Estus in the final form. It's because I'm not getting a good enough chance to heal. I think you have to take opportunity of that. Like, there's attacks where she'll jump away from you, and especially stuff like the bit where she goes invisible. I just need to work out, I think with that invisible one on the third form, whether she... I'm still trying to work out if she's just standing where the second ice path comes from, or if she keeps moving around a little bit further, and maybe she didn't that time because there was a wall in the way. Because that could be what it was. Man. So the time you want to dodge is later with the scythe than with a lot of weapons, which is, I think, why it can be quite rude for a lot of people. I was also messing around in Lothric Castle with the L2R2, the super poised uppercut with the tri-hander, and that thing's real good. But oh yeah, I forgot about the explosion. That thing's real good. But also I don't have any FP to do it. So I could have not healed, but you know, you're not to know that. I'd love to always assume I'm going to take no damage, but... So part of the problem is it's very tempting to keep the two of them near each other, but that's actually somewhat of a fallacy, because that's how you end up with her shooting at where he's going to be standing. You kind of want them across from each other, so she'll do that, and then he comes this way, you know, if he's running. Obviously at the moment he's not running, but... I thought you just bashed her out of the way there, but it was just the... Sometimes you question whether a move is worth it, but I think with her healing, you really need to take her out. You can't tit around on that. See, if I don't run away too far and get her to cast this way... Oh, she's gone to heal. I really think distance is the only real safe bet with that one. Well, I took a bit of a risk there, but I figured I could get the kill. She's just there. Now, she does explode a little bit when she gets up. Which I think is just, you know, that's to stop you just getting in on her straight away. Oh, you totally could do that. Oh gosh. The curve on that makes it really awkward to dodge. Oh, you can backstab her. Wow. That's not intentional, but good to know. That means you probably can parry her, right? So you can roll through some of her attacks and then just bonk her. Which is nice. Love a little bonk. I almost feel like it's better to be hit by that grab because of the way it works. Ow. Let's go get wombo comboed here. Okay, right. Got to be on point. Oh, the stabs! Oh, the stabby stabs! I told you that move was good. I told you it was bloody good. I was kind of expecting a cutscene, but I guess maybe we'll... maybe it's not over. Maybe there is more. It's not my bloodstain, is it? What the hot? Wait. I want to see that again. What were you doing? I'm going to touch this bloodstain and then get away from it. Checking I'm not taking damage here. No, I'm not. Oh, I guess she does do some grabby stuff. Maybe it was like one of the axe swings. Let's have a look at my health. 215. Well, that's plenty. 214 health, more than I need, to be honest. Whoosh! It's lit. 100, 100, 100. Is there more stuff to come? I don't think there's more stuff to come. Maybe they mean it's sad, right? That would make sense. It's been a bit of a melancholy DLC, to be honest. Let's see what's happening over here, I guess. Sure. It's a snake. It's a snake lady. Is it this gesture? That would be weird, but she's kind of sitting. I'm trying to think if there are any specific gestures we used in this DLC. But I don't think there were. I was just thinking about how we didn't get any gestures during this DLC. Maybe she gives me a gesture? Becomes Snake? No? I'll tell you what I did see. I was watching the stream back. Let me just check I'm not missing anything too obvious here. The prostration is the one that was being done when we first came into the DLC. Oh, that's nice. Take a screenshot of that. Tell you what. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's anything. Maybe we should have to leave the area to maybe we have to go back to the lady who we promised we would give fire to. I'll tell you what, what we should do before we do anything else, let's take a look at the soul of Black Flame Frida. Is it in here? It'll be in the materials, right? Soul of Sister Frida. Frida was the first Ash to enter the painting, there we go. But together with the good father, they chose rot over fire. So, kind of confirming what we already knew. So, the painting was rotting away. And the inhabitants of the painting, the Corvians, said, just burn the painting. Burn this world. Let it be over with. And Frida said no. She said, I would rather live here in this rotting world, it's still our home, than to burn it all to the ground. And I guess I can appreciate that. You know, make the most of the bad things you've got. It was actually kind of useful. Well, it wasn't because we didn't know it, but it is a good tip. So there's a ladder here. I didn't see this ladder. I might go up this ladder and see what happens. But maybe there'll be a cutscene when we leave here. You never know. seems weirdly anticlimactic. I feel like maybe there should still be a thing that we do. I imagine that's a ladder, right? This has to be a... That is a good message, because I didn't notice this at all. But we're going to go up this ladder, and I want to see what's up there. I wonder if it was there before we did the boss fight. I probably should have gone up it before I finished the boss, but... Oh my gosh! There's another woman up here. You know, I mean, hey, breaking stuff is treasure, but... Is this the white-haired woman? Are there three of them, right? Because there was the one who Sir Wilhelm was guarding. Oh, she's looking at the painting. So there's Sir Wilhelm, was guarding one of them, who talked about Uncle Gwen. There's this girl, and then there's Frida.
I can hear the fire crackle, and soon I will see it. My thanks, Ashen One. I will finish the painting of a cold, dark, and very gentle place, so that it might make a home for someone someday. My thanks, I will, of a cold, so that it might make a home for someone someday.
Huh. So she's making a new painting. Weird. I wonder, I presume she had some dialogue had we spoken to her before the fire. She can hear the fire crackling. She knows this place is maybe not long for the world. Let's head out here, see if anything triggers when we leave this building. See if the building catches fire or something. Doesn't seem like it. These chaps seem as civil as ever, really. I want to take a picture here as well. Look at this. Maybe we'll go a little bit further down the hill. Yeah. Okay. Let's pop the HUD back on. I do want the HUD. I'm a HUD player. Right, let's go see the other lady, who I believe is the one who wanted the fire. It's possible there's more to do inside the Sister Frida area, but I don't know. Snowy Mountain Pass, I think, is the bonfire we want to go and talk to the lady. So yeah, I presume they're the three sisters. I don't know that, but that would be my guess based on them being three of the characters that we meet that all seem very similar. And Frida, I guess, being the eldest sister. Presumably that one upstairs was the youngest and this one is the middle sister. And Frida kind of strapped her father down, and he wanted flame, but she said, "No, father, I will snuff out the flame because we need this world to live." You know, you can understand how she might feel that way in her compassion. Whoa, hang on. Where did she go? What the shit? I think I can hear fire as well, but that might just be an effect. Oh. Oh. I wonder if people in the settlement are just dying and falling off stuff. Are there stuff down there? Where is that? That's in the settlement, right? This building is... Oh, of course, this building is part of the settlement. This is at the end of the settlement, I suppose. But there are lamps. That's weird, because that is basically fire. Um, let's go downstairs and have a look around. I don't know that there's necessarily much more to do. It feels like there should be like at least a closing cutscene for this area or something. Maybe there won't be. But you know, if there's nothing else left to do, it feels like there should be something more going on before we wrap up. You know, it doesn't feel like we should end here. I guess this kind of doesn't feel like it. Oh, is it maybe just... Oh, that's what it is. He kills them. Okay, well, I don't need to tussle with him. I'm sure he'd like to tussle with us, but... Just knock all these books over. Huh. I wonder where she's gone. I'm gonna head back to the Sister Frida bonfire. So if that's the DLC, and it seems like that's the DLC. Like, I enjoyed it. I would like a little bit more conclusion than we've had. Maybe there's a concluding thing when you teleport out having beaten the boss. Possibly. Oh, we should go and speak to that other guy as well. In the Corvian settlement and see what he has to say. I want this to be like a gesture thing, but I don't know what gesture it would be. Let me get my torch out. That might be a good idea. I'm just gonna have a little explore around because you know, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I like how it gets brighter already just without even doing anything. It's alright, I brought my own fire, don't worry. You don't need to worry about Sister Frida, I've got some fire right here. This is a nice room, but there doesn't appear to be too much in here. Weird headless statues. Been a lot of those weird headless statues. I wonder if they're supposed to represent something in particular. You know what? I'm gonna go back because firstly I'm going to teleport out of here if there's nothing here, but also this message that said, hey, try gesture. Did you not do it? Why is it with people not putting gestures on their things? Always put a gesture on your... Can I collapse? I mean, that's what that dude was doing. I don't think that's gonna... Oh, I see. No, she does have... You can see her sort of face... Sort of burnt clothing covering her face. But I don't know... Can we present fire to her? No. It's actually quite flame retardant, which is probably for the best given what a mess this place is. Okay. Let's go see our friend in the Corvian settlement and see if he has anything to say. I think that might be it for content. We've we beat. I believe there's only two main bosses, and we fought two NPCs as well. Um, so Wilhelm and what was the other? I can't remember the pyromancer's name. It was like Harris or something, or Harkus. I can't remember. I might be completely misremembering that. I'll have a quick look when we teleport, because it'll be easy to find because it's listed under floating chaos. Dunnel. Okay, I was completely off. I remembered it had letters. Also, I still hear a twinkling. There was a twinkling lizard, a crystal lizard, if you will. I imagine if we go up onto that roof and over here, that might be the way to get to it. So maybe we'll try that in a second. But let's go in here and chat to this fella. Oh, he's gone. Oh wow, all the NPCs are just gone. That's a bit weird. Where's my resolution of burning the painting down? That's what I want to know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that there doesn't appear to be anything. I wonder if we do have to somehow trigger something. Or if that really is supposed to be it and there's nothing more. Nothing more to say. Oh, this is just back in here, of course. All right, let me try that again. Nothing to say, nothing to do. So how do we set it on fire? Doesn't really work, but whoa, hello. Okay, so we can go around the outside and we can bop our way up here. Now this is where I could hear a crystal lizard. I think it was over there. Right? Because it was... You could hear it when you were on this. So maybe you have to go... Maybe I need to go up the other way, which we can also do. Ow. Let's have a wander over here. So we could go round here, I believe it was, and there's a dude that will toxic us. So let's get rid of him. And then we went up here, and this is how you get across to... We jump down to grab that item, but also we can... Hey. Watch it. Presumably, we can get around... Oh, here we go. I think there's probably a crystal lizard around here. There is, look at that. What do you know? Mystery solved. 2 large titanite shards as our reward. Thanks very much. And now we can stand on here, which we've not been able to do before. Which is nice, but ultimately not particularly helpful. I would kind of like our dude to be somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I should try leaving the painting. I'm going to go back to Firelink Shrine. I'm going to see if... In fact, no. I'm going to go back to the Cleansing Chapel, because that's where we came into the area. And see if talking to... If that chap's still there, if we get a cutscene or what. Because technically we haven't ever teleported out the area yet. So maybe there's something? Oh, he's gone as well. What a bizarre situation. I guess I guess talking to that girl at the top was probably the end. Okay, well, I won't lie, that's a little bit of an unsatisfying end. I enjoyed the fight, but you know, there's that great opening cutscene where she walks into the room and sharpens her scythe and says, "I will snuff out this ember." That's a great moment. And then the bit where she dies, and then Father Ariandel enrages and tears free from his shackles, and you know, that's great. And then the moment, and I think for the last moment actually kind of makes sense not having it be done in a cutscene, but having her sort of in world resurrect. And he says, you know, when the ashes are two, the black flame shall awaken, or whatever he says in his lovely dulcet Scottish tones. But then you just kill her, and then you get one line of text on her soul, and that's kind of it. And that feels a little bit of a shame. I feel like I would have liked something a little bit more to kind of wrap it up, and then just like a passing couple of lines of dialogue, and then all of the NPCs are just gone, so they don't have any other ending stuff. That's a shame. But as a standalone story, which had some interesting ties, we learned a bit about Sullivan, which I wasn't expecting, and we learned a little bit about a few other people.
Knowst thou the name Anri of Astora?
Oh.
The brave girl left this as thanks.
Oh, thanks. I finished Anri's quest on this playthrough. I did the one where you save her.
Thou gave no elucidation.
Thanks for that.
Oh, seemed intrigued.
Right. Let's see if we can transpose anything with her soul. You'd like to hope so, right? I mean, you've got to be able to. They wouldn't give you a soul and not be able to do anything with it. I would imagine they're down the end, but... Oh, here we go. Rose of Ariandel. Whip. Oh, whip. That's quite fun. I was thinking about doing a whip playthrough at some point, so that actually is quite good. I was planning to use the witch's locks, probably, but this could be cool. A flail used by the bulbous father of the painted world to shred his own skin, producing blood to appease the flame. See, this is why I wanted to look at these, because you do get some interesting lore. So, Ariandel was the restorer of the painted world. He knew it was painted with blood, and only blood could protect the secret. Okay, so the painting is done in blood. So he needed to shred his own skin and produce blood, and that's what kept the flame burning. Which is why when she bled, and the blood went... when Sister Frida died and her blood ran under the cauldron, that's why it sparked up the flames. Skill, awakening. Violently flail oneself to trigger an awakening that temporarily boosts the strength of miracles, just as the good father used the rose himself. Wow, that's a really interesting, weird weapon. That's very cool. And Frida's great scythe. A great scythe wielded by Sister Elfrida. So Frida is Sister Elfrida, I guess. That does kind of confirm it. I wondered if she was maybe a different sister, but that makes sense. A curved blade, thinly coated by painted world frost that easily breaks the guard of shield, so extra stamina damage. That sounds pretty good. See, that's why I'm interested to try this with a shield rather than just rolling. I think it might actually not be a very effective way to go, whereas like kind of the fight in the main game was, well, in fact no, the two main fights, the Nameless King and Soul of Cinder, both certainly on New Game felt like blocking a lot was a very, very effective way to do it, especially if you had a quick weapon that you could strike back with. Whereas on New Game Plus 2, if you've seen any of me playing through that, I really had to roll almost everything. I could do a little bit of blocking here and there, but mostly I had to roll because of the amount of stamina that gets taken off on New Game Plus 2. I think this fight is going to be really hard to block, especially if her scythe breaks guard easily. In the painting, the scythe is a symbol of long-lost home, possibly explaining Elfrida's preference for it. Skill, Elfrida's stance, there's a lot of text here. Conjure a magic blade support scythe. A magic bladed support scythe into the left hand, while the great scythe remains in the right. a stance derived from Elfrida's form of swordsmanship. Use normal attack to leap forward and swing twice, or strong attack to coat the earth with running frost. So you can jump forward and do like the dual swing, or you can do her ice path kind of attack. And I have actually seen a bit of that in PvP. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Haven't seen anyone using the rose yet, but I would like to. We can't use either of them because they're weird weapons. They use weird stats that the beefy boy doesn't understand. The beefy boy only knows one stat, and it's the big beefy one, of course. Great. Well, that's Ashes of Ariandel. Okay, that's actual game spoilers. Oh no, that was just him talk. That was actually him talking about Henri, I think. But that's Ashes of Ariandel. I really like that. It's a fun time. It does feel like, I mean, it doesn't feel as substantial, but then it's one DLC, whereas it's one of 2 DLCs versus like the old Hunters, which is probably my favourite FromSoft DLC, which is a single solo standalone. And also I really like Artorias of the Abyss, which is a single standalone. I should go play the Dark Souls 2 DLCs. I never did, and apparently they're very good as well. And there's 2 or 3 of them, so maybe they feel a little less substantial by like piece by piece, or piecemeal, I was going to say. Yeah, I feel pretty good with that though. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed. The areas were a little bit underwhelming. I wish there was more with the Millwood Knights. They kind of just show up, and there's they're never really explained. I guess the logic is it's a painting, right? And the Millwood Knights are part of the painting, and the Corvians are part of the painting. In different parts of it, of this world that's been built up, but I don't know, where do all the weird flies come in? I guess they had to do with the blood. Like if the painting's bound in blood, then I guess it makes sense to have all those weird mosquito-y things that live in the basement underneath the temple or underneath the castle. But yeah, I wish there was just a little bit more explanation to some of it. What was that back ice area? Why was that? I mean, presumably that's the ice lake at the bottom of the painting, but I want to know more about why. I want to know more about why that person was there. Why the let's pop our co-op sign back on. I want to know more about why the champion was there. What was the champion's name? Let's have a look. It's under. Should be under weapons. Here it is. Valorheart. The champion. Oh, they don't actually say. I can't. I don't think they name it. I think they just call them the something champion. So, why was the champion there? You know, other than to give you the thing for the DLC. Why were they down at the bottom in that lake? How did they get into the painting? Because presumably they weren't the other Ash, because it says very specifically that Sister Frida was the other Ash, right? The first Ash to enter the painting. So she wasn't technically related to the father, I guess, if the father made the painting originally. So if she was the first Ash to enter the painting, like, are those other 2 girls, are they the children of Frida and the father, maybe? And the father's not her, the father's her partner, not her actual father. Like, it's more a kind of royalty or religious father. I really, really like that boss fight, though. Like, that might be my favourite boss fight in the game, maybe? Like, it was either Twin Princes or Nameless King before, probably, or the final, or Soul of Cinder. Maybe Soul of Cinder. All 3 of those are fantastic. There's a lot of good boss fights in this game. That one I might like even more. You know, you've got that first phase, the kind of very reminiscent of Priscilla in Ariamis, and then the second phase is kind of like new Simone Ornstein. But yeah, if you did Simone Ornstein with all the mechanics you have now, and being able to make it bigger and bolder, and, you know, have this giant dude slamming around the place, and breathing huge cascading fire everywhere, and then the other one's fast and nippy and sly and can get around, and you've really got to keep an eye on where she is because she'll just come in and hack you up, or slam ice all over you. And then the final fight, very kind of a little bit German from Bloodborne, a little bit I was trying to a little bit of Manus with the black stuff, but not really. Doesn't really feel, only like that slam attack really feels particularly Manusy. But I guess it's kind of like hints of the Abyss or something. And I was trying to think what I was comparing it to something else yesterday, that final part of the fight. But I don't remember what I was comparing it to. Anyway, it's a cool fight. That whole thing is very neat. And the other fight was good too. I almost kind of wish I didn't accidentally slump my way through it first time, so I could see it a bit more. But it was a cool fight, and I'll get plenty of chances to do it again on other characters, so that's fine. That's going to do it for today, because we finished the DLC. So, from me, from big old Andre, that'll be good day. And thank you all for joining. You can, of course, follow the stream, twitch.tv/y2ken. If you want to know when I'm live, you can click, there's an extra bit you can click that says, hey, email me when they're live. And on the mobile app, I think you can get it to push notify you if you want to do that as well. You don't have to. You can just follow and not be notified, but just if you're on Twitch, you can see I'm online. The archives will go up, of course, on YouTube. youtube.com/KenY2KenTV. Twitter, you can see when I'm going live. It will normally go out as a tweet on there, which is at KenY2Ken. And that's pretty much it. You can go to y2ken.tumblr.com if you want. That's not related really to Dark Souls 3, although sometimes I reblog art or images from there. So from me, from Andre, from Firelink Shrine, and from Ashes of Ariandel, thank you for joining me on this journey. It's been marvellous. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will catch you all very soon. Yep, see you later. Cheers, everyone. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Love you. Dark Souls. Cheers.